first of all, you want to identify who you're going to be laning. So you're +5, I assume.
Correct.
Look at their heroes. They have Dazzle, Snap, Ogre, Abaddon, and Anti-Mage. We can deduce that Anti-Mage is carry, Abaddon is potentially off lane, and then the rest we don't know. But all of these heroes are spellcasters, so that much we know. So you have a Blood Grenade, which is fine, but generally it depends, right? Because do we have kill potential with the Faceless Void? If you're against Abaddon, probably not, because
Yeah, fair enough.
so I probably wouldn't buy it. But if you're playing for first blood, maybe it could work. But then again, the other guy, this guy is probably gonna have one. Like the whole idea is that I have a stick, and I have a blood grenade. Stick might be useful, but in general, you need to buy 6 tangos. If you're playing 5, you should have 6 tangos because you need to constantly give this guy a tango so that he has a good lane. Because eventually he won't be able to trade with the Abaddon, because Abaddon just counters this hero. The rest is fine. You have 2 sentries, which is fine. I don't know if you should buy an obs, but if you're mid laner or off lane don't buy them, then sure. But if they want them, then you should generally just give it to them.
Yeah, fair enough. I usually go in and ward mid.
Okay, you do it yourself. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay, so let's see how you ward actually. I'm gonna give you a very nice tip if you're warding mid. Alright, so in terms of like warding mid, it's like we should just assume that the enemy mid laner is also going to ward, right? So we can ward in a way that we can always see their ward. So the whole idea is that we're gonna walk here as soon as the game starts. We're gonna walk here. I'm gonna free camera this for a while. We're gonna walk here, and then you see this range.
Yes.
You need to walk inside it and see if the tower hits you. If the tower doesn't hit you, it means that the enemy cannot see you, which means that you can place this ward either here or here. These wards are very unlikely to get warded. If the tower does hit you, because this is nighttime, right? This is the nighttime, the tower cannot see you. If the tower does hit you, then that means they can see you and they have a ward here somewhere. So you get a chance to deward them as well. But the whole idea is that you should like play it like this. Okay, so you have Shackles level 1, which I don't personally agree with. Mainly because Void, your position 1 does not have a way to secure the range creep, right? And usually if you're playing a 5 who does, you should take it. Because it's like I'm gonna shackle, like let's say Abaddon or someone. Like what is that gonna do? It's not gonna do anything, right?
No, exactly, because he's so tanky. Fair enough. And he can also dispel it.
Yep. And yeah, another thing is that you should never ward like this, because if they have, like, usually you have to assume they have a ward here. Like I know this is like a low rank game, but you just have to assume, right? So it's like you walk like this. If they have a ward here, they will usually see you warding like this, and they will just deward. But it depends whether they're looking at the map or not. There's like different things. But yeah. Okay, so you guys are chilling here. This seems bad. Never mind. Okay, 2 for 2. Okay, you have to be careful here. The way you're walking, it's like I wouldn't walk all the way from here to here, because I know they took both the bottom rune. That means that they could be here, and then maybe they can kill me. If you're in a higher regime, you're dead here. Like pretty much 100%, you're just gonna die. So I would just TP here. I would let my white TP and then TP here. Let's say you see they're letting you off the hook, but in a real scenario, let's say they have a ward here, right? And they see you walking like this or like here. They will see you walking like this, and they will just wait for you, and they will just kill you, and they get a free first blood. Okay, ward placed. Okay.
I don't deward immediately because I'm not sure if
yeah, I get it.
If they deward, yeah.
But I would say personally you should do it, because it's like, okay, right now here my Void is gonna aggro the creeps inside tower, so I think he's chilling, right? So I have this time where I can potentially, because now the lane is going to push in because we aggro the inside tower to CS. So now it's like, okay, even if they don't have a ward here, like I need to make sure this camp is unblocked, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I'm potentially thinking that you're saving this in case there's no ward here, and then you can fight for this one, maybe.
Yes.
Right. But there's like another thing that you can do. You can just like walk to this camp, and then just block it. Yeah, body block it. You don't have to really. Oh, okay. But if you unblock it right now, you can pull the next wave, which is gonna spawn. But now you'll have to wait like another minute, right? Even if you deward it. So.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so in terms of right-clicking the enemy, you have to make sure you're not aggroing creeps. Like the way you're right-clicking the enemies, which is good, right? This is what supports are supposed to do. Like when you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
right-click them, you're gonna draw aggro. You see, which is not
Yes.
good. So there's like two solutions for it. One is that you hit them from a place where you can't aggro from,
Okay.
or
Mm-hmm.
the other is basically like you see at this point, like there's gonna be a point where you're gonna go back here, like here.
I
Okay.
pull it back to the range creep.
No. So here it's like
Okay.
there's like a property of aggroing where you can attack the enemy without aggroing, even if you're in range.
Mm.
So the way aggro works is that it doesn't matter where you're standing on the map. It doesn't matter who you click on the map. You're always gonna draw aggro. As in, like if I a click this Abaddon right now, I have
Ah.
already like the aggro is on cooldown, so I can go in here
Okay.
and hit this guy once and then go back. I can keep doing this.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea is that attack them outside of aggro range, walk inside. You have 3 seconds, right? So it's gonna take like 1.5 seconds to walk inside, and another second to hit them, and then you come back. Like one hit, come back. One hit, come back. Or
Okay.
you basically just go from the side and just like hit them, like hit this Snapfire if you want. But I don't think it's a good
Yeah.
idea to trade with this guy without your Q.
No. And here
Okay.
I hold because the
Yeah.
creeps were
Yeah,
back
that is
around here.
that was good. That was very good. Okay. So here we're gonna try
This
to
D-ward right here.
wait.
This
Where-
I get screwed over royally.
Where is it?
Exactly. It's all the way up in the corner.
Here? Oh,
No.
this
It's
one?
all in the top corner. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I did not expect that, and that kind of fucks me over.
Okay, but you got a kill,
Yeah.
which the Abaddon just fed. Okay, so I think if you place your ward here, it should cover everything.
Yeah.
It should probably cover everything. So usually just place it here.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, so let's see what you do more. Are you
I
gonna?
kind of go up and realize that it's still blocked.
Okay, so I need to ask you a question here because this is very
Yeah.
important. If let's say the camp was here, would you pull this?
The Abaddon is dead. The wave is pushing. I could pull. Yes.
You would pull it, right?
I would probably pull it. Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. People just don't understand still, even though it's been a long time. But lotuses, they are very strong.
Yes.
They are very broken, right? It's like
Yeah.
you know how laning phase works, right? The reason why I asked you to buy 6 tangos rather than T just tells you that we need more regen. We need to survive this lane as much as possible,
yes.
right? So
Yeah.
the laning phase is mostly about regen, right? So if one side gets a free lotus, which is a free regen, which is like 10 stick charges,
Yeah.
the other side gets an advantage, right? And one side gets a
True.
disadvantage, right? So what do you think is the easiest way to secure a lotus?
It's to have the lane push in, so you have the advantage of going down and picking it up.
Exactly,
Or
right?
the lane
So,
is on their end. Yeah.
so if you pull, what happens?
Then it pulls it back towards my tower. So what I should do is that I should let the wave push because we're close to having the Lotus spawn, so it's uncontested and we can take it.
Yes,
or at least we
exactly.
have a better chance of getting it.
Yeah, exactly, right? So if we pull, they get it because the wave is
yeah.
here, right? So this is why you should never try to pull here. Like before the lotus
At
is,
that point,
yeah, do not try to pull because you might like grief your carry a lot. Not you just carry like your own lane like by a lot actually. Oh, I forgot this thing heals. I just remember.
Yes.
It's pretty good. Okay, so here you want to go for the lotus. You do go for the lotus. I like the fact that you're mindful about it. Like honestly, people just don't give a fuck. You see this lane? They just don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're chilling. You have stick. But he died? Oh.
Yes.
I guess free XP for you. Oh, you should try to last hit these because your hero has a lot of base damage.
Yes, I got 2, but I missed 1. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Let's see.
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
Here, I don't think that we might be able to kill the Abaddon, and I think also the Snapfire is right now working on pulling the camp, so it would be better for me to go out and maybe contest that.
Yeah, probably because you guys don't have shackles, so it's like not worth doing this.
No, sure.
Just give this guy tangos. Like every time this guy is like less than 85% HP, just give him tangos. Keep giving him tangos, like as many as you can. All right.
Yes.
So you got boots, you got sentry, which is good. I would buy 2 probably, and maybe even a ward. I feel like it's about to be nighttime. We should place one ward either here or here, so that in case this ogre rotates, we will know. And then our carry can survive. In general, it's like I play a lot of carry, right? I'm a carry player.
Yes.
So whenever I have a ward here, I feel it feels really good, because I can always see what's going on, and then I just have this advantage. Okay. So what I was about to say is that in the lane you should have like this what do you call it? You should have this plan for the lane. It's like there's like two things that you should be really careful about in the lane. It's just like hitting your. It's like one is like hitting the level 2 before the enemy does, and the other is like you should have a plan for the Lotus, right? Both these things have the identical solutions. How do you get level 2 before the enemy does?
You have the lane push in, so you kill their creeps before they kill yours.
Exactly, right? So don't be afraid of pushing the lane in, or just like in case, like let's say you're playing a lane where your carry's pushing the lane, and maybe you might get a bit tilted that this guy is not keeping the aggro. So yeah, it's like basically we're gonna play for level 2, then we're gonna hold the wave a bit, then when Lotus is about to be here, we're gonna push the wave in again, and then we have 2 more minutes again, 3 more minutes actually, because the next Lotus is like 6 minutes. So then our job is to hold the wave back again. So that is the point we're gonna start pulling again and again, right?
Okay.
So for that we need sentries, everything that we can.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, this is fine.
Here I see the ward and I de-warded. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here, possibly, what I would do is it's like 5:30. Wave is under our tower. They don't really have any ways to kill my void.
And they've just pulled creeps. I don't know if it.
No, it didn't work. It didn't work.
Okay.
So what I want to do here is that when I'm sure that my void is safe, my carry is safe here, and he can't die, I want to go mid. I want to go secure this rune. But when I do that, there's like 2 benefits of it, right? One is that my mid laner gets a rune. The other is that I'm giving soul XP to my void, who is the same level as I am, right? Which is not good, right? We need this guy to get his chrono as fast as possible so he can use it. You get the idea. So this is why generally if it's like, even if it's like, there's like 2 situations. Right now the wave is pushed into you, so it's fine. And this guy can't die that easily unless he fucks up pretty badly. So let's say in a situation where the wave is pushed in, then what should you do before going here?
I should drop a ward so he has vision out in the jungle, I presume.
And what else? It's like if the wave is here, right? If the wave is here.
If the wave is there, then I need to pull.
You need to pull and then go here, right? Yeah. So this is why, like, when you figure it out that this is blocked, you need to instantly get a sentry. Because right now there's no camp here. So in case, like right now you're a bit lucky that the wave is pushed into us. So now I can just go. But yeah, the whole idea is that people don't realize that how much XP they soak off carry players. So this is something that I do in my games. I just like tell my support to go mid during runes. Like it's like there's like 2 benefits of it. My carry gets free XP, and this guy gets a free rune. Right now he doesn't. Like he should not get this rune, but Ogre is just like he doesn't care. So he gets it.
Yes.
Are you guys getting a kill or what?
No, this is a very weird one.
Yeah, I mean
because he just leaves and then I kind of just die.
Yeah, it's like you guys cannot going on this Abaddon. Like I don't think you guys have kill potential in this lane personally. Like the only time you got a kill is when they just like dove on Abaddon and took tower. Yeah. So you should have an idea of the lane. Is that we can't. It's like Void is a hero that can have kill potential if he has his W, right? But in this lane he can't press W because Abaddon's just gonna dispel it. So I mean, he can use it a bit better. It's like, okay, yeah, when Abaddon presses shield, then I press this so that this goes on cooldown. We can actually go on him, but he's not gonna do that, right? He's not gonna.
But it's also a balancing act, right? Because if we just let him free farm, then that's kind of a win from their side.
Yeah, I mean, Abaddon is a strong laner. Like you guys, this lane is not in your favor at all. Like you guys have very weak laners, and Abaddon is a very strong laner. Yeah. So yeah.
Here I wanted to go around. If they were going to catch the Death Prophet, then I could pull someone.
Okay, so I want to ask you something. Do you usually try and go and steal the rune or not?
I wanted to go and steal the rune, but in this case, I think the Snapfire went back and got it. I saw that they left lane after I died, so I presumed that she went up to take it, and I didn't go and check.
Okay,
But
alright.
usually I go and if they stay in lane, then I try to sneak around and go up and take it. Yes.
Okay. So you're like mindful about it, is what I'm asking. Like every game, you're thinking that
Yes.
I need to go steal their rune. Okay, that's good.
Oh
And I'm
yes.
sure you should have a very high success rate getting those runes.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
because it's just like it's like yeah, people just don't think about these things. Like oh, no lotuses, no runes. If you're thinking about this, you're already like you could say you're already in a position to increase your MMR because you're doing things their supports are not doing.
Okay, like that. Yeah, fair enough.
It's like in general, you need to approach the game like this. Like, yeah, I need to just play better than the enemy supports. In the long run, like it's like, yeah, obviously, I cannot solo carry the game, but
Exactly.
it's like my carry could play worse. But in the long run, right? In the long run, it's not like they don't have the same carry player. They have the same carry player as you do. So in the long run,
Yeah.
you are going to win because you're performing better than they are. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, the whole problem right now here is that Void is very underleveled,
Yes.
and yeah, I
And
would.
now this is kind of a weird situation because the lane is pushed in. It feels like the laning phase is over. However, it's very early, so he goes into the jungle, and I try to assist him with jungle. I think I hold some creeps later on, but maybe I should go on roaming here instead.
Yes, you should just go away here. It's like okay, so in this case, it's like the carry is just playing bad, as in, so you understand that this guy cannot jungle, right? Because
Yes.
like before Mask, it's very hard for him to jungle. So what he needs to do here is that he needs to just wait for this wave, pull it in, use these creeps as a shield, and then that brings the wave back towards him, and then he can farm that. And then you need to just not be here. You don't have anything to do anymore here.
No.
Like what you need to do is pretty much like at this point I would go on a warding mission pretty much, wait for my DP to have her ult, and then try to play for the 10-minute rune with her, try to play for the mid tower if she like basically I'll play behind her.
Yes.
Or what we could do is that if we're having a nice lane at top, maybe I could portal top and then just like shackle this guy from the trees. Maybe we can kill him, but it doesn't seem like it that you guys have enough damage to do that. Unless they have a lot of creeps. So you need to just like find someone you can play the game with. It usually is supposed to be your strongest hero. So in this case, it's DP. And that's who you should be playing with. It's like...
Okay.
It's like, in general... you need to leave lane a bit early. It's like, yeah, I'll just like unblock this. I'll block this. Right? And if this guy's good enough, you'll know what to do. That's just how it is. It's like right now I'm just like sticking with it.
Did you say unblock and block the top one? Do you want to block the large camp?
Yeah, because this guy can't farm it, and they will keep pulling it if I leave the lane.
Okay, yes.
It's like you're helping him, but this does not make any sense, right? It's like, yeah, I'm helping him, but look at the XP. He's level 5 at 10 minutes because I'm just soaking all his XP. Like, this guy could have been level 7 right now, right? This guy could have been level 7 if I just left, right? If I left at the points I'm supposed to. Okay, this guy probably dies. Unless he gets 6 on this wave.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's still dead. If you guys shackle him. Doesn't have ult. Yeah, he should just die. Oh!
And he got away.
Unlucky.
I even grenaded him.
Yeah, okay, it's fine. But yeah, and what I'm seeing is that you're staying in this lane for far too long. You're not going mid to secure any runes. And you know, the biggest part is your DP did not buy his own ward. For maybe he did, but got dewarded. So you need to provide him vision at nighttime on one side of the water, on one side of the room.
Okay. So it's fine if I leave lane, for instance, to go and ward for mid.
It's like
if the lane is safe.
Yeah, if the lane is safe, you need to go and secure the rune because it's like, what am I doing in this lane? Nothing. Right? It's like I'm just like standing with that guy. That's all I'm doing. It's like right now because of that, my XP is low, his XP is low, and it's like my XP would be a bit higher if I participate. It's like if I go mid, right?
Yeah.
And this ogre is also coming for the rune. I can press shackle and then we can just kill this guy. Then we get XP. Or if he doesn't come, we secure a rune for free, right? So there's like multiple things we can do, but we are not doing them. We're just like sticking around in one lane. And also, what I would do here is that I would probably play for that 12-minute rune, buy a smoke. I would smoke him, and then I'll go here and ward this, or maybe even here on top of here. And top of here is like this is like no one's gonna deward this ever, but they can deward this. So what the whole idea is that AM lost his lane. Right, he's gonna try to play top. He's gonna try to jungle here. You guys can just keep killing him because Axe has his dagger. I assume. Yeah, he has blink. He will keep killing this guy here. So I'm just gonna ward that. Like in terms of like playing the game, you need to think about how can I have impact in the game. How can I enable my team? That is your mindset in the game. It's like you're playing with the Void, helping him farm jungle because you're trying to enable him, right? But that is wrong.
Yeah.
Right, but that is like the wrong enabling. It's like this guy should know that, okay, I can't farm this shit. I'll just pull it back. Let these creeps tank for me, and then I can farm them. That brings a wave back, and then we just farm that as well. And then while that is all happening, he's getting free XP, he's chilling, and I'm just like roaming around, making plays all over the map, trying to de-ward, take over the jungle. Because we took top tower, we took bottom tower, we're eventually going to take mid tower with this cart. Or actually, the card has been gone for a long time. But with Exo, we can help this guy to get this tower, or maybe we can just like... It's like even here, right? Like we're stacking, but we need to go for run.
Yeah.
We need to go for run. Oh, is he just gonna chrono? Yeah, it's fine. Fine, it's fine. Fine. All this is fine. You have snakes. I would just use them here, honestly. I just don't...
Yeah, I push in and do it.
Yeah, just this thing, you just like use it. No need to like really think about it. But yeah. It's like your movements, all of them should have a reason. You should not be like just like mindlessly moving around thinking that, okay, so I'll just like...
And I think that's my main problem in the... See, I walked there, as we talked about, because of AM. But I think my main issue with it is I kind of feel lost in the mid game. It's like you have options to go do stuff, but you need someone to make a play for it. So usually I just end up like hovering around jungle camps in order to stack them.
Okay.
And that's kind of it. Except for now when they're actually making a play, then I'll try to be there.
Okay, so in your games, like one thing that I would do is like, so I would usually play heroes like supports who have a way to farm. Like your hero does have a way to farm. It's like you can buy shard, and then you can max this, and you can have a farm. Like, but I wouldn't say you should max this right now. 1 point is enough. And overall, I would max Hex over this because you get damage amplification on the Hex target. Right? Yeah. And then you don't have to sit around with all shackle on him while they kill you. Like you can just like press Hex. Like I would usually max this first over the shackle. Like shackle does damage, it heals you, has more duration, but it's very easy to cancel because you cannot reposition yourself. But the damage amplification is like it got buffed a bit, so it's pretty good. And in terms of like what your question is about the mid game, it's like what happens is usually you need to like ward deeper into their jungle. And you need to just like stick behind your strongest hero in the game that feel like, yeah, I can just like have impact with this. If nothing is happening, you just find some place where you can... Some type of farm, which is like the unsafest farm on the map. Which means that, like, let's say if I'm farming this lane, that is bad because this is a safe farm for us. But let's say if this our bottom tower is dead, then this is like a dead lane, and then I could just like push this wave in. Eventually, if it goes till here, I could just press my snakes. That's like my impact in the game. Like I need to constantly think about how I can have any type of impact in the game. If the game is like a stalemate or something, I can do that. I don't know how it works in terms of shot calling, but do people usually listen to you if you say let's smoke or some shit?
No.
No? Okay, I guess that's off the table. Then you have to wait a bit
for... But usually you have to run up next to someone and then catch them when they're two together and then press smoke and then they kind of, the bricks fall into place.
Oh, yeah, that's also another way to do it. Okay, so... The whole idea is that, like, I think in terms of, like, supporting, if your first 10 minutes are immaculate, as in you do everything really well, you usually will have games where your team is just owning from the start, and then maybe you guys just win. You guys just, like, usually if you win your lane and you win the side lanes for your team as well, then you have a very high chance of winning the game. So this contains, like, the 6-minute movement to secure ruin for my position 2 while giving free XP to my position 1, unblocking these, trying to get the... experience and stuff like that. These things are very high impact, right? If I'm doing the continuously and stuff like that, I would be much higher level. So in this case, it's like we didn't pull even a single time, so we're very low level, right? And it's like we're level 6 at 14 minutes, and then we didn't really make any plays on the map, as in like where we could probably get some kills, which is why we're like low level. So if we do these things, our game would be much different.
Okay. So with regards to item build, now you mentioned that, for instance, I should go and max Hex instead of maxing Shackle. Yeah. I usually get the, the shard very early. For instance, now I think I built shard as next item because it deals so much damage, especially at this point in the game. Okay. What would you suggest? Should I swap that up?
It depends on the situation, right? So it's like if I'm playing against some puck or something, right? If I'm playing against some puck or something, I would probably buy Blink first. It's like I would Blink on her, I would
Blink
Hex
before,
her,
okay.
Aetherlens. Even before Aetherlens, I would buy Blink because it's like if I'm walking to a puck or something or like a storm or something, they're just gonna run away. But if I have a
Yes.
Blink, they can't do that, right? So it
Okay.
depends upon game from game. It's like if I have people who can start fights for me, right? Who can catch people for me, then I probably go Aetherlens first. But yeah, I think you need to go Aetherlens, Blink before you get Shard. Like
Etherland's
Shard,
Blink before. Okay, yeah.
yeah, and it's like Shard is a way to farm, which is pretty good. But in a game like this, I wouldn't need it. Like if this like
No,
if it's
because
like
we
a
are so way.
yeah, we need to just like constantly bully these guys, pressure them, and just like ward wherever the fuck you think they're gonna farm, and then it's like play very aggressive on the map. I would like in this game, I would probably not buy Blink first. I would buy
No.
Aetherlens first because in this game there's no hero that I'd really wanna like. There's like AM, right? But the whole thing is that even if I shackle or hex someone, they have Abaddon, they have AM, stuff like that. They can save people. They have Grave. So I'm gonna probably wait for Axe to initiate, and then I'll just like follow up with Aetherlens. Okay, and your positions needs to be very nice. I like I'll just have a question, right? So the way you're hitting this tower, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like in this case, like when you see their lineup, do you see any jump in their lineup?
Any jump? What? No, to initiate on me,
Yeah,
for instance.
yeah.
I mean, they have the AM would be able to do it. You have the cookie from Snapfire to be able to push people in. There's the Ogre Magic who could have a blink stun, but I'm not sure he does.
Yeah, so it's like AM's never gonna blink into me because he's just gonna die, right? So that's like in this case, it's like you could say they have no jumps. So you're standing hitting this tower is fine, but let's say if they have a puck or storm, can you do this same exact thing?
No.
No,
No,
right?
no, no, no. They will jump on me, yeah.
So my question is, do you think about this stuff when you're inside the game? Like about your positioning that, yeah, I don't need to be deep in. It's like if you're showing right now like this, and you die, like supports are usually who gets killed first, right?
Yes.
So if our positioning is really bad, as in this case, we're just showing them where we are. We could hide in trees.
Yep.
We could do a lot of things, but we're showing them where we are. If we're against a better opponent, they would just kill us, and then the fight would be very hard. Like it's like if if I'm alive, I could keep casting these two spells continuously, right? But if I'm dead, I just can't do anything. So do you keep these things in mind?
I think about it when I look at the the initiators, I call them in my mind.
Yeah.
So for instance, if they had the X instead of us, and I knew that the X had blink, I wouldn't be standing there because then I would simply die immediately.
Okay.
So I mean, you could say that I'm thinking about those things, but more than that, I wouldn't say so. No.
Yeah, so you need to be like very like support is like very like I would say it's not that simple, but in my mind it's kind of simple, as in like your first 10 minutes really matter. Simple as in like there's like certain things that you can execute, which can make your game significantly better. Which is like okay, so I'm gonna provide a really good lane to my safe lane, or my off lane, whoever. I know the conditions to do it, right? Like I have a better idea now. Then I'm gonna go make my I'm gonna go make my mid laner's game better by securing runes for him. Like in case it's like okay, like doesn't matter my mid lane zoning, he doesn't need my help. I'll try and go portal and just like kill these guys, or just like put a sneaky ward here, kill these guys and pressure. Like it's like I'm gonna do something else on the map as well. It's like I'll leave my carry early so that when I know that it's safe to leave him, like usually it's gonna be like okay, can they kill him? Is the wave back enough for him to farm? Stuff like that, right? I'll do that and I'll leave him, and then I'll do something else on the map. Okay, so my side lanes are empowered, my safe lane is very nice. Okay, we're having a really good time. And then after that, mid game is like I'm just gonna position myself really well. It's like on 5, it's like I'm gonna ward really well. I'm gonna provide really good vision to my team, and I'm gonna position myself really well. Position myself really well means that you should always be thinking that all 5 of the enemy heroes are looking to kill you. You're the first person they want to kill. But if they can't see you, they're fucked. If they can't go on you, they're fucked. They can't do anything. It's like, yeah, Axe is going to go in. I'm going to have a lot of room to play. I'm going to constantly think that who can jump me, who can jump me. Aim's missing. I need to be careful. I don't know where he is. I need to be careful, right? It's like if Axe jumped in, my entire team is just going on the target. And now I show as well. Aim jumps me from behind and just kills me, right? Yeah. So these things I need to be very mindful of. So, yeah. Another tip that I could give you is if you want to really excel at fighting, as in make fights really easy for yourself and your team, always have one spare obs in your inventory. As soon as the fight starts, just press it on the ground. Or if you see a hill, press it on a hill. If you see a ground, just press it on the ground. Like you guys will have vision.
By what?
Buy an observer ward.
Oh yes, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like you need to have one spare ward in your inventory that you will just like use as soon as a fight starts, and then because of the vision advantage, you guys will win. Like vision gives you a lot of information in the game, and Dota is mostly about information.
Yeah, it's usually the observer wards something that I only think of as things to put down for vision in their enemy jungle or like on our side or something. But never thought about it to use on in team fights. But fair enough, yeah.
Okay. All right. So coming back to wards, right? So in this case, it's like we can see we took all 3 of their towers. We can see we have the map, right? We can see everything. It's like this indicates that we're owning this game. We're ahead. So if we're ahead, we don't need wards on our side of the jungle. This is just the ways because they're never gonna come here, right? If we have wards in their side and we just play their jungle, it's like this gets blocked off automatically. It's like if we have a ward here, right?
Yes.
And then one maybe here, not on this, maybe here, where we can see their movements, like somewhere here. Then it's like we have this entire jungle. They've already lost their lanes. They can't go here, and this is blocked because we're farming here. So if they have to go here, they have to pass through us in our vision. So technically, they only have 25% of the map to play with, right?
Okay, so it's like cutting them off.
Off, right? So and my team is just like farming here. We're farming aggressive. This is what Dota is. It's like if we're ahead, we need to make it seem like we're ahead, which means that we're farming their side of the map. We're taking their resources away from them. And for that, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to ward here. I'm going to ward here. Because right now, your team is a bit scared to play the map because they don't see anything.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, when we're behind, obviously, we're going to ward places like this where it's like, yeah, I need to save this. I need to ward here and sentry here so that he doesn't get ganked. Stuff like that. But right now, they're just like, they have nothing to do that. So, like, when you're warding key, think a lot about how you think the map is supposed to be played. Like, in this case, like, yeah, we need to ward aggressively. It's like, right now, what I would do is I would go back here and put a ward back here. Because it's like, they're trying to fight us. Ward. Yeah, an observer ward back here. Just because for vision. Okay. It's like, yeah. Because if they're not coming from here, where are they coming from? Back here, right?
It's more the amount of... because here I move up instead of going beneath. And that's because I don't see a lot of the enemy heroes.
Okay, which is fine.
So I only see Ogre and Anti-Mage here, yeah.
Which is fine, which is totally fine. I'm just saying, there's a suggestion that you need to think about, okay, where can I put a ward where we can just like see all of them and then we can just fuck them up?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, see how easy this fight was because you guys have like information. It's like, oh yeah, they're not coming from here. They're not coming from here. All of them are coming from here. So if Ogre is standing here, it means that he cannot be saved, right? This is information that we're using. So if we didn't have a ward here, but we only had a ward here, we would be like, oh, maybe they're coming from here. We need to chill. We don't see anything, right? So this is what information is like all about. And then another thing which I feel like will not happen in your bracket, but like people just don't take Rosh. But like as a good habit, usually after 20 minutes is when either side, like one of the side is strong enough to take Rosh on. And let's say you're playing against a Smurf or like a player who's actively thinking about it, he's going to take Rosh at 20 minutes.
Yes.
So what you need to do is that around 20 minutes, it's like Rosh is going to be bought because it's daytime. You need to go here and then maybe place a ward here. Or like if you're Radiant, place a ward here or here where they can't, because there's like a hot spot, right? They're going to put a sentry here always. So put maybe here or even here. And so just so you can see if they're going Rosh. And if we go Rosh, we have info that if they fight, we can just like have a better fight. Right.
Okay. So even just having a ward, even though quote unquote I know that it will be dewarded, gives us the information that they're going Rosh.
Yeah, and it's like which is the reason why I'm saying you should place a ward here rather than here is because these wards are very hard to get dewarded. Like another information that you can get is that you can just ward this literally lane because they're gonna walk from here to Rosh, right? So these wards are very unlikely to get dewarded, but this portal one is gonna get dewarded 100%.
Yeah.
Like if you place a ward literally here, which it won't get dewarded. So you need to be like creative with that.
Okay.
Unless your team is literally right next to you, then you can ward this hill. Then it's better because if they try to deward, then your team will fuck them up.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they're just like warding hills, which is okay. So Another tip that I want to give you is that you basically put an obs here, right? And they have a sentry, so now they know they have obs. So what you need to do is like bring your courier to yourself and then use your courier to do this rather than using an obs. Because an obs here would be better than an obs here. And now they know.
That's true.
Because we had to put it, right? So if you want to cover 2 areas, just use your courier. Or you could do another thing. So if you just like go super close to this hill with the directional move and you just like right click it, you can just see their ward if you have a sentry.
Ah, yes.
That's
I've
like
noticed that in some games that they flash up.
Yeah.
If you walk next to the.
Yeah. You should just like cover every corner and then do that. Okay, you got the rune, very nice. Your team's owning. Oh, that was bad. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you why that was bad. It's like, okay, so this is the information that we have, right? So we know this guy's gonna shield them. So we should hex this guy and then
because it gives a strong dispel.
Yep. Yeah. He's gonna. Your hero sucks a lot against Abaddon. I mean, he can also just press alt. Yeah. He can literally, even if you shackle him, he can dispel it. Even if you hex him, he can dispel it. Cool. Winning the game. This is like kind of a stomp, right? So it's pretty nice.
Yes. It was also more the laning phase where I felt like things actually, even though it was a difficult lane, I felt like some of the things clicked.
Yeah. You see how you guys have offensive wards and you're playing their side of the map, the game is so easy. Like, you guys have a 20k lead, which is insane.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like if you look at your CS numbers and look at the enemy CS numbers, it's like a huge difference. Because they're not getting anything to farm. Like, this Void is playing the map very incorrectly, but I guess it's fine. Like, he should not be back here. But it's chill, I guess. Okay, AM is doing AM things. Team is trying to catch him, even though they can't. They actually can.
They actually can on this bracket.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, now you have a blink. And now it's like, guys, we want to go high ground, but it's a bit tough. Guys, let's just go rush, right? Let's just go rush. We have the control of the map.
Yo, Pierre, you want to come
Let's
out
just go rush. It's like, another thing that you could do is... it's like... You know how strong Shaman Snakes are when it comes to taking rush?
Oh yes, you can hold them for the full duration.
It's like, it's not even about the full duration, it's about the fact that your snakes do piercing damage.
Okay.
I don't know if they removed that thing, but there was a concept of piercing damage which allowed Shaman to solo rush in some cases, but even now, this hero does a lot of damage, so you just like ask one guy to come here and press snakes and get it. Like, you can basically, what I'm saying is that you can start a rush by yourself, which most supports cannot.
Yeah. Would that be able to be done with only a level 2 in Snakes?
Yeah, it won't. It's like you need to just start and then, your team's actually going rush. Holy shit.
Yes.
That's insane. I didn't expect it, but it's good. Now you guys can just end the game because now it's just Joer. Okay, now we have wards. We're going to put one here, right? We need to put one here.
Yep, I try.
Oh, you saw it.
Gets dewarded.
Okay, I guess it's fine. What you could do, okay, so if you have blink, right, I'll give you a better suggestion. So this is like something very obvious, right? So what we could do is we could blink in these trees, put ward here.
I never thought about that. That's kind of sneaky.
Yeah, and then if you have Aether Lens, that's easier to do. So if you're buying Ags here, that's kind of griefing. Like, you always need Aether Lens on this hero. Unplayable without Aether Lens.
Okay.
Like, it makes you, like, I told you like how support is all about positioning in the mid game, right? So what does Aether Lens help you with?
It helped me with positioning easier because I can stand further away and still connect my spells.
Exactly, right? So if we don't have Aether Lens, we have to go like, oh yeah, we need to go like this. Oh, we're gonna shackle this guy from the face up, right? But but this time you guys are so far, it doesn't make a difference, but you get the idea.
Oh yes, I need to go a lot deeper in order to connect my spells when I don't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did the ward up there at the top of that.
That is good.
That lane.
It's fine if you don't have the tower. If you have the tower, then place it deeper.
Yeah, I did this before we took the tower.
Okay, that is fine. That is fine. It's like the blink thing is very good. It's like you blink in, put a ward here, but make sure they don't see you blink in. If they see you, they're gonna kill you, and they're gonna deward your ward as well. Because it's obvious. Like, oh, why the fuck is Shaman blinking in here? What is he doing? What is he doing? You know?
Yes.
You get an idea. Okay, do we still have edges? We still have edges, but Void is playing very disciplined. He's like, guys, we go in when I have chrono, not before that. Okay. Well, which is fine. I don't really have a problem with that. I guess he's just like trying to make sure we don't throw because it's very normal to throw like 50 games on the high ground. for your head.
Oh yeah.
So I
I
guess
mean,
it's
I'm right there in that bracket where this happens.
yeah. Okay, very nice. Cool. I would say you have like decent idea of a lot of things as a support, but
Mm-hmm.
there's like a lot of room for improvement, which I feel like you should have a decent idea of what you can do better. It's like the way Dota works, in my opinion, the way I look at Dota is just that like there's like a concept that yeah, if you play support, it's very hard to climb, which is true. Like on
Mm-hmm.
on carry or mid, it would be much easier to climb. That's for sure. But it's
Oh yeah.
not. It's not like if I'm playing support, I'm just gonna be stuck here. That's not how it's gonna work. It's like
No, no.
you have to aim. You have to aim to play better than the enemy support.
Yes.
That's what you're aiming for, right? So it's like if I'm doing all of these correctly, if I'm going for mid rune, if I'm stealing the next rune, I'm already playing better than every other support in my bracket. So I'm just gonna automatically improve, right? Because I'm already better. Like I think Dota's matchmaking system is very nice. It really rewards you for playing well. Sometimes it doesn't, but that's just how it is. But like the whole
And
idea is that we need to win like at max 6 games out of 10. That's like a
yeah.
realistic goal
Yeah.
because it's like if we have a 60% win rate in 1,000 games, we will have
Mm-hmm.
3,000 MMR. We will increase 3,000 MMR, which is a lot, right? Like even
Yeah.
ranked one players have 51, 52% win rate, which is not that
Mm.
high if you think about it. But they have like
No, no.
a lot of games, so yeah, which is
It's the
good.
game of statistics. You just need to play enough in
Yeah,
order to do it.
yeah. You do need to play. This is like the downside of Dota. It's like everyone I coach usually has like real life things going on, so they play quite less.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, but it's like yeah. In general, it's like if you could play like 10 games a week, that's usually enough. But I'm not sure if you can.
Yeah. Over time, that would probably add up. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess everything else is fine.
But I'll say that the concept of there are two things that you said that I didn't really know about, really think about. One thing was that I had to get a lot of tangos in order to feed them constantly into the mouth of my carry because that's kind of my job. So I think adding that to the list of get more region for the lane. The second thing is that if the lane is safe and if the lane is pulled to a place where my carry is safe, that I could go for 6 minutes to go and ward for the mid lane.
Yeah.
And also fight for the bottom rune or top rune, depending on my position. I think that's also really nice.
Yeah.
And then also this concept of getting the lane to push in when there is around 3 minute mark, and that means in order for that to make sense, then I would need to deward immediately when I get to my lane in order to ensure that I can pull at 2 minutes or at between 1 and 2 minutes if that's needed.
Okay. There's like one more thing that you should really think about is that don't be greedy with not buying sentries. It's like if your big camp got unblocked, you need to you need to find a way to block it again. Otherwise, it's like if you're like I've played a dozen games, right? I've played a dozen games where we would be winning the lane, and then suddenly they pull large camp, and then we just like suddenly lose the lane because it does do that.
Okay.
Like people take advantage of like every small thing in Dota. So yeah, it's like you have really few things in the laning phase that you have to do correctly, and they're very rewarding. So these are like the things that you should definitely do. Think a lot about how I can give my position 1 free XP. It's like if the wave is under tower, right? And if the wave is under tower and I know he's not gonna take any damage, I should just like go outside of XP range. I should be close
in order
to
to
him.
actually give him the free XP.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And it's like, but it depends, right? It's like if I have a power spike at level 2 and I would get level 2 from this wave, then I should just take XP from the wave at 3 or 4.
Yes.
It's like it depends upon all of that as well. So you need to think about that.
Oh,
as
definitely. Well. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm also getting this. Don't be afraid to gimp yourself. Kind of. I mean, spend all your gold trying to support your carry, and also don't be afraid of walking outside of actually getting XP as long as the carry actually gets solo XP. That is also nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's like you can be like, let's say there's a wave here, you can just go here. You can just go here. It's like if they try to pressure him, you can still be close enough to save him.
Yeah.
Right. So you get the idea. Yeah. There's like yeah, and then it's like after that it's just like understanding the mid game is understanding who your strongest hero in the map is, playing alongside him, empowering him in a way that it's like, yeah, I'm near you. I will help you. So then, and basically warding deeper into the enemy territory. Not doing obvious wards, of course. If you can do that, that would be a really big plus. It's like usually people are gonna play sentries on the hills. So the best way to ward heals is that if you're playing close by, then you can actually just kill them if they come to D-ward. But if you feel like, yeah, I'm gonna ward here and then I'm not gonna be here anymore, then it's usually gonna get D-warded, and you can't do anything about it. So rather than posting a ward here, maybe somewhere here, stuff like that. Like this is like another hotspot. There's like videos on YouTube where it's like, yeah, how to ward in on the new map, and there's like a lot of sneaky spots that you can figure out and then play around that. And then the rest is just like about positioning. It's like, yeah, I need to be very mindful of my positioning. I need to be very mindful of how I could die, how I could not die, because if I die and if I go in a bit wrong, then it's just like I'm just like giving them a freebie and they can fight 4v5.
Yes, and I think my minds have probably been a bit wrong when I'm playing Shadow Shaman, for instance, because you have the shackle and the hex. Then I feel like if I could get like quote unquote a pick off or get someone a hold which is out of position, then that's somewhat what I play for. So I think what you're saying here is that it's better to actually stay back and then let someone else initiate the fight and then come in and then apply your whatever you're doing depending on which support you are.
Yeah, exactly. And then another thing to remember, Shaman based, is max your hex before Shackle and Ether Shock. Like in the lane, you could have like 3 points in these. It's like maybe 2 in this, maybe 2 in this, and 1 in the other. And then after that, you max hex, because it's like damage amplification is very nice, and then you don't have to fucking stay in one spot to just like keep someone on hold.
Yeah.
This is a coaching session I did with a student who recently gained hundreds of MMR after this session. If you're interested in coaching, my Discord is linked in the description. If you like my content, please swing by my Twitch stream as I grind to 9k MMR.